welcome to the final word. Wolves 2, Everton 3. Premier League. The Toffees winning their first away game of the season, making it 3 wins in 6 days.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And after the, more than disappointing result at Leeds, Mike, they've responded brilliantly with 3 wins in 6 days.
Yeah, we have, yeah. To be honest, that first half in particular of the game against Leeds was terrifying. really terrifying.
Yeah.
But like you say, this week's been great, and obviously getting into the new stadium, people all getting used to the seats and getting there, and then to just go away from home and forget the score, just be in complete control of a game and look entertaining. I don't know about you, it just didn't feel like I was watching Everton, if you get me. It was like, right, this is actually looks like a football team. So it's still hard to get used to watching footballers who can actually play football, which I'm not being... No, but you know what I mean, in the final third, actual players who could do stuff and get you off the edge of your seat. And yeah, it was refreshing to watch, albeit we still had to be a bit of Everton in it to make sure it was nervous at the end. But again, from a 12 months to 2 years ago, we'd have threw that game away, and they had enough resolve to see it through with players like Grealish and Dewsbury. They've got that nous to, like I was saying to you off camera, wasn't I? Like, winning some fouls and just taking the pressure off us and all those little things in the game. So, no, really, really good to see, and sat in a Champions League position potentially.
John, you were there.
Yeah.
We were talking on Friday on the live and stuff about great opportunity for Everton to go and win there and build on what they've got and go into this international break in a good position, but up the top end of the table.
Yeah.
For a couple of weeks, obviously, to get Brantwaite closer to playing again and all that. But if he got them 3 wins in a week, then it would have sort of got rid of the bad feeling about the Leeds game a little bit. And that's pretty much how it went, really.
It was, and I've already rewritten history. It was just a bad 45 minutes against Leeds.
Yeah.
So makes a change. Instead of the season starting in September, it started in the second half against Leeds.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I think I said it before, it was delightful to watch. And until we did the Everton thing, and well, a non-Moyes thing of conceding 2 almost very similar goals, same failings in defence anyway, and then a bit of an interesting last 10 minutes plus the added time, and it certainly didn't look like he missed that chance by such a distance in the ground.
No,
you have to have the one angle right behind him, don't you, to see how wide it went. But yeah, I mean, exactly what you say, really. Players who can pass, players who can hold the ball, players who can hurdle and score goals. Yeah. And as for Grealish, all roads lead back to him. He just looks superb, and he's always an outball.
They're going into the game, obviously. I got to start an 11 spot on.
Yeah, well, you changed your mind between talking about it and picking it, didn't you?
Well, that's it. Yeah.
You're going to have Barry.
I was thinking, I think, to be honest, I'd always lean towards Beto, because we did
talk about that.
I watched Wolves against West Ham and seeing how easy their players ran off the Wolves centre-backs, and thought, that suits Beto.
Yeah.
Barry comes and shows where Beto wants to go in behind. So that was what my thinking was of having Beto. Obviously, Michalenko being fit makes a big difference, and James Garner's been exceptional, so he went back in where he sort of, belongs, if you like. Albeit, I do think the makings of a good fullback in there as well. If midfield, wasn't where he played. But I just thought, seeing the team, and I was like, right, looks good, let's go for it, and let's hope Beto can turn up, because against Leeds it was probably his worst 90 minutes in an Everton shirt. He was shocking.
It was.
Yeah. For him, he didn't even engage them in a physical battle. He didn't pin the centre backs back. He wasn't running in behind. It was easy. And then obviously he was dropped against Brighton, and Barry was excellent against Brighton, involved in both goals, and then Barry got the nod against Mansfield, so Beto come off the bench at Brighton and Mansfield and had a bit about him, looked dangerous, could have scored 2 against Brighton when he came on. and then did score the other night against Mansfield, so he was sort of up for it, and he looked up for it early on as well. I thought, he's on it. He knocked a couple of the big lads at the back, he knocked a couple of them over early on.
Yeah.
But you're right, when we're playing with the ball and it's Grealish and it's into Dewsbury Hall and it's back to Garner and they're just mixing it and then it's over the other side to him and Jai, we just look like a football team for once. And the change is almost incredible, isn't it, to what we were sort of seeing? Because the managers come in and the stats after this game are 10 wins, 7 draws, 5 defeats in 22 games, which is unbelievable from where he picked it up. The club was dead when he walked in the door. No one enjoyed going to match. Everyone was on the knees, weren't they? And it's changed. But watching them now to what we were sort of watching in December last year, it's incredible.
It's literally
that's obviously players as well as what the managers do.
Yeah, great. It's night and day, isn't it? But I think it started when he first come in and just the rhetoric he was using in terms of talking the club up and his own expectations and what he demands. I think it was the reset that we needed as a fan base as well, because a lot of the fans, I think, had sort of been that browbeaten or been that accepting of what a good footballer is or what Everton should be and stuff. So it was good for someone to come in and just go, no, start looking that way, boys. Yeah. And since that moment, everything he's done, every decision he's done, he's not getting everything right, of course he hasn't, but it's all to start getting the club back where he perceived they belong, which is where we should all want them to be. What I would say is he's probably done it quicker than I thought he would, and B, certainly more entertainingly as well, because even last season with the players he had, I still I was a lot more entertained watching the games than I thought it was going to be with the squad that we had. Do
you think he gets a rough rap of how people perceive him?
I do, because obviously his first time round at Everton, I never thought of him as I thought we were good, we were entertaining, and for me, the way he played was like how I enjoyed watching football. Like that was, up and at them, but it wasn't just long balls. It was playing with good play, but aggressiveness around the pitch. And obviously, when he's gone off to other clubs, I can't fully say because I haven't watched the ins and outs of them. Watched a bit of West Ham, and I think his first spell at West Ham maybe a little bit direct, but again, I don't fully know his squad and what he's working with. I don't think his default setting is to play like that. No. But if the squad dictates that, then with his hands tied,
he gets results, doesn't he?
He gets results. But he took West Ham on to win a European Cup and some great nights down at their stadium.
We'll never sing that. Yeah. We'll never sing that.
Was their song.
Oh yeah.
Champions of Europe.
Yeah.
You'll never sing that.
I think. I just think at the minute he's got, he keeps reiterating about the new stadium. We need a team that reflects it, and he's demanding of it, and it's good because it feels like a fan there, isn't it? He's wanting the best, and he's not accepting anything less. And that's how you get high standards, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Just sitting there though, watching at the ground, at the new ground. Honestly, I don't go back to it, but because I haven't been in for a few weeks, but just sat at my seat at the new. I was looking around, just going, "This is our stadium. This is just unbelievable." And when you've watched it get built for years and on the drone stuff and all that, has been unbelievable, all that footage and everything. So it's going to be good because you've seen it. Yeah. But you get in and you just go, oh, it's even better than I thought.
Yeah.
It was like, and the best way for me to describe it to people who aren't Everton fans or is that I think it's not necessarily the best arena, but it's the best football stadium. It feels like a football stadium. That's
unbelievable.
A modern football stadium. And,
unbelievable.
And then you're sitting there and you're going, Jack Grealish to watch and Dyer to watch and this young exciting French forward and Dewsbury Hall, and you're suddenly just thinking, wow, okay, this is good. So long may it continue.
To see it play out. I mean, we saw that, didn't we, with the first goal, really some good play and a diagonal ball, and there's Grealish just nods it across, and Beto doing what he does well, being in the right place, and
Jack must be chuffed. I've assisted with a header.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what the next time he heads the ball. It's been a long time, I think. But yeah, I mean, it was nice
great
football.
Start,
yeah, absolutely, and it was nice football. And I mean, sort of pull you up a bit on Moyes being Moyes. I thought his last couple of seasons as our manager was in danger of spoiling his legacy, right? And he probably left just at the right time. I thought we were miserable and boring a lot of the time, right? It's just
I'll pull you up on that.
yeah, well, I know, because you know, you love him to death.
Brilliant.
But however, you know, and then he had a rough time at Sunderland. Forget the United one, who's going to follow the man type of thing,
of course,
right?
Yeah.
But I think in his second spell at West Ham, and I think we're seeing some of the benefits of that, he won something, and that was that off his back, and he's just matured as well, hasn't he? You know, he talks about when he said it, I want to do stuff quick because the missus wants me. He's only like 61 or something. It's not like he's ancient, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's just become even more rounded through. You have to have real shit times, don't you, to learn things sometimes. And he's picking players or he would have seen as risky before.
Yeah.
You know, and he'd have rein them in or something or whatever, and now he's having that confidence in his own skin. He can set it up, and he knows he can make changes if necessary, and he lets them, Grealish in particular, I guess, have the freedom to play the best version of them that they are. And I don't think, and I hope we never realise that he'll regress, because we're going to have to lose 3 or 4 on the bounce for him to think, hang on a minute, I have to do something about this, because his, if you like, tolerance period is 45 minutes, isn't it? Or a game, you know what I mean? And when you do the Beto, Barry, Beto, that's what you get from having a squad where you've got choices on players. James Garner's playing out of his skin because he knows he has to, otherwise he's not going to get a game. Dwight McNeil comes on and doesn't look like he's got the email yet, doesn't he?
No.
You know, that he can still stroll around one-paced, doing not very much. And the manager's probably made a decision about him and all as a consequence. And the other thing you said about, so it was you, Baz, you said about, I know, except the players. There's players in this squad who said they come for him.
Oh, yeah.
And exactly those same players wouldn't touch us with a bloody barge pole if Dyche was the manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So instead of having players rejecting the club because of the manager, we've got players coming to the club because of the manager. And once you get on a roll on that, others do it, don't they? Because they talk to each other.
Of course, well, there's a thing there at Dewsbury Hall, and Jack Grealish was talking about it.
Yeah.
And he said, Dewsbury Hall had said, he texted me saying, what's it like? Just before he come, and Dewsbury Hall said, just get yourself here.
There you go.
And things like that is like, you know...
Yeah, if you're slightly undecided, tips you over the edge, doesn't it?
You've got that, haven't you? And I think we saw that, and we've seen him play with a smile on the face. I think he's great, and I disagree with what you said. I thought, I'm not saying that when previous spell, it wasn't the time for him to go. I think
it was the time for him to go.
With the money, he couldn't do any more. Everton were 5th when he left. He got sick.
Well, he'd hit the wall, that's what it was.
But we still play some great football. It was
I'm not saying it was all the time.
There was nothing.
Maybe what I really meant was...
It was time for him to go.
He stayed a bit longer than his career needed.
I think at the time it felt like...
There was a ceiling there, wasn't there?
Yeah,
couldn't get
we all
past
just
it.
wanted the change as well.
I think like the big one
Probably a bit harsh there,
the semi-final against Liverpool.
Yeah.
That was like the moment because that was the worst Liverpool team I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
and that's
to be
because
fair,
they've always been generally been good in my life, and they were terrible. Apart from Steven Gerrard, they were terrible, and we lost to them, and it was like, and a bit more adventure, you might have won that. But then the next season, we were excellent. I mean, even in his last game, the goal Morales scored, the first goal, every player touched it, and the team just passed, beat West Ham. He was brilliant, and then he went off and all that. But I think people do give him stick, but I don't know why.
They're in the past, but this is the best version of him we've got now.
No, it just me when people go, oh, you know, he's a bit of a negative, and you're like, he's not. I'm not seeing negativity at all.
No, I would go with negative.
He's a manager who gets results, and at home, all I see is Everton. That's all I've seen since he walked back in the door.
It's a task.
Everton trying to win every game they play. Yeah. Certainly at home.
Yeah.
And sometimes we've won and sometimes we haven't, but we've tried to win. You know, the Villa game, his first game. Yeah. We should have beat them.
True.
We got beat 1-0 and we should have beat them.
Off a mistake.
And we had chances. We made a stupid mistake. We lost 1-0. You know, and I've said this a few times. The fella come up to me afterwards, who obviously Sean Dyche's love child or something. Almost like it's not the manager. And I said, that was miles better, mate.
Yeah.
I said, but come and see me in a few weeks. I've never seen him since he disappeared back under the stone or whatever out the way.
Under Stoney.
Well, it was just a stupid comment to make, because on Dyche,
Yeah.
I think you want to pour acid in your eyes rather than watch Everton play. But I'm just delighted he's back in his record, please. 1-0 up, playing. I thought we played some lovely football after it, and it's the wrong choice when we got by the box sometimes to kill it off, and then we give a really poor goal, like a really poor goal away. To be fair, it's a good ball across. The lad does well to get it across, but it's got to be cut out. I don't think the goalkeeper, because I said this on, covers himself in any glory, trying to judge a ball going here when the strike is I'll never understand what he was doing. But it's such an easy gun. Toffee has got to go. We can't let people run off.
Toffee's had an absolute mare in that. I mean, it was frustrating. Like you say, in the moment in the game, it was just in complete control. There was nothing. They were never scoring.
No.
And then it was just like, where's that come from? And then you got Michaelenko's higher up the pitch, but we want him higher up the pitch. So I'm not sort of digging him out for that, because if we want him to push on at times when we lose possession, he's going to be higher up the pitch. That's natural. Keane comes over and
he got there quickly enough, but then
done nothing.
Yeah.
And that was my thing, was he got there and was just like, I don't know, like he got there and then it was just, I wasn't expecting the ball to come across because he was there. And then suddenly the ball was there. And then you look at Tarkowski just pointing at the man and you're going, what, the man you should be marking?
Yeah.
Because you're not marking anybody. Yeah. And you're not even covering a dangerous area of the pitch. You're just pointing to him. James Garner can't get to him. He's already ahead of him. And it was just, I know what you're saying with Pickford, but I don't know. I need to see it again. I need to see it again, because
I just think for me, like the ball, just let me explain. The ball's come here. And my goalie, I'm expecting, the strikers, when it's coming across, I'm thinking he's going to dive in front to try and cut the ball out.
Yeah.
Because he can see the striker. So instead, say the forwards here. So I'm expecting him to go, if he's coming that far out, he's going to go there and try and get it away. He goes here, he motions sort of behind the striker as if he thinks it's going to go past him and I'll gather it. But the lad just puts his foot up, so he's here. And the whole goal is then the lad just hits it straight. It was like I said to you, and I said it on my match reaction, Mo Salah in the derby a couple of years ago.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
The ball comes across and he goes, it's going to bounce past him there, and Salah just puts his foot out there ahead of him and just knocks it in. And you're 1-0 down, you're going.
Like that, but for me, that goal, I don't know, I need to see it.
I was just shocked by his action.
The ball comes to the striker. It didn't feel like Pickford had come out. I thought he was on his line. And
no, he's not on his line. No. But in the ground, to me, because it was over there sort of thing, it looked like he was unsure whether to come or not. But when you see it on the telly, he does come. And just totally misreads.
It's like he thinks it's going to skid across and he'll gather it. But I thought he should have been proactive if you're going to come out. But it should have been cut out. It was not all on him, but I just think when he looks it back, he'll think, I've got that one slightly wrong. But you're right, Michael. Seeing this with Jake O'Brien in a friendly at Blackburn earlier, when we got beat 1-0 early on, goes out to the lad who's going to cross it dead fast. Just lets the lad put the ball across and they tap it in at the bang. You're like, you've done the hard bit by getting out there.
And it was
why haven't you tried to cut the
shock when I was even watching it on the telly, so I don't know what it must have been like in the ground. Watching on the telly, and you're just like, how's that ended in the net? How's that there? It's like a
minute or two after that was the only time I think our crowd was quiet, because it was shock.
Yeah,
like bloody hell.
Done nothing.
And then what happens is a couple of minutes later,
more, and then
a couple of minutes later, we have the ball, we give it away by arsing about with it. We give a corner away, and the lad swivels and fires one just over, and you go,
the bar,
we could be 2-1 down here from nothing.
Yeah.
You know, we're not. Wolves are obviously missing Strand Larsen, so they never had that out ball, but they've got good midfield players. Anthony, really good.
They've got plenty of pace.
They had the lad on the 10. He was Yaris, is it, or something? Arias, he was quite sharp. And they got Tatua, who's a runner on the other side, and you're going, don't give these encouragement.
Their fans were really up for it as well after that.
It was just a couple, they had 5 or 6 minutes after the goal where
they could have scored again.
We were a little bit like, because we were probably thinking, we've been in total control of this game.
Yeah.
But what we did really well was we settled it down again. It was James Garner started putting his foot on it, Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, and we got ourselves back in the flow of it. And then we go and score a brilliant second goal, and again Grealish, you know, Dewsbury Hall, lovely little ball. Grealish knocks it across. Beto dummies it, I think, and Jai comes in and side puts it in, and you know, we're Grealish to Jai again, and we're back in front.
Wasn't it?
And gives it the wall. The wall.
It was. I think it was.
Grealish to Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, because I was going to say.
No, Grealish to Dewsbury Hall it was, and he gives it the wolf. Trying to get booked. Like after giving the seagull and getting booked.
But you know when
it is 22 minutes past 2. It was Grealish dinking it, wasn't it?
Because what was good though to see again was that Dewsbury fires that ball in, and he knows he's playing it into a good footballer. Carries on his run. I mean,
makes the run.
I know it's just basic football, but we haven't seen that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Some
we haven't
people
seen that
watching this whose teams are near the top are probably like,
yeah, that's football, isn't it?
Trust us, you know. Trust us. It's bloody. It's been a while. It's been a while, but it was lovely, wasn't it?
And you know what I like is seeing Dyer getting in on a back post. You know, the amount of times you see the ball fizz passing the right wing, you're like, where are you? And he's there. So
Harrison's normally stood back 30 yards up the path.
Yeah.
Lindstrom's back in Denmark or something.
And it was like, it was just a great goal. Like you said, but it was good timing as well, and it was good because, like you say, their crowd were up for it, and
that
you know,
killed them.
Yeah, him and James and Dyer and James Garner were giving it back to them, which was great. And what was good watching on the telly was kept panning to their fans sat in their ponchos in that makeshift
without a roof,
and it was
just so,
and just the miserable faces sat in a poncho. And he was just thinking, "Oh, look, this is
been there.
Get used to this."
It's good for us not to be that, because we've been there.
Yeah,
but I mean, John, obviously, that set us back in control, and
it did.
Lovely little goal. The fans were fantastic, and that sort of put us back on top. Then, didn't it? In the game.
It was when are we going to score again?
Well, it did look like that, even up to half time. It did look like that. We got it going again with a couple of corners that they just got a flick on before we could turn it in, and we looked as though, you know, we were back in control. As expected, we did score again. Well, I mean, up to half time, what we did really well was we just used the ball well. Yeah. So when we looked like we were in a little bit of trouble, we'd just give it to Grealish, and then he'd have people kicking him. I was going to say, waiting. Have you noticed how the foul count goes up on Grealish when we're under pressure? Well, that's it, isn't it? Because he's intelligent, isn't he? And he's just waiting and waiting. Totally. And you're going to kick him. Yeah. You're going to kick him. You can see it coming.
One thing we need to do is start putting better balls into the box to off the free kicks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, we had 2 or 3 really good opportunities, didn't we? And the quality just wasn't.
If he's winning these free kicks all the time, we've just got to get on. I don't know. The deliveries are just a bit. I don't know. There's just nothing to them, is there? Half time not beating the first man, and you're just thinking, come on, keep the ball away from the keeper. Well, yeah, that I don't know. The height we've got, the keeper's massive. Yesterday, we just put one. Yeah, and the height we've got, we're gonna cause problems, aren't we? We keep it away from the keeper. If we get good quality into the box, we should be able to cause them problems. We've got obviously Michael Keane's big. We've got O'Brien, Tarky's great in the air, Beto's big. You know, these are players who can cause you issues. But you're right, just the ball, just the quality of the ball just hasn't been good enough. But you know, when in half time 2-1, thinking they're going to come out and be on us, so we've got to be careful. And we come out and we just got hold of the game again. I thought, and we were just. In fact, we had the ball in the net. A little bit of a shout for a penalty. Hit the lad's arm. But it's Everton, so you don't get them, even though we concede them. And Jai is offside when he puts it in the net. But it was a good start. Thinking, all right, well, you know, we've give them another little warning shot there, haven't we? And we then go and score what is a brilliant goal, let's be honest. It is. I was just waiting for that one. It is. I mean, this will be getting put out, obviously, in normal hours, so I apologise, but it was a brilliant goal. Grealish, you know, we win it, we get it to Grealish, we set off, dinks it over a defender, and Dewsbury Hall just does what I love, which is, it's bouncing, just it. I'm fuming in the first half, actually, at 1-0. We play a lovely ball, maybe James Garner, bends it into Beto. He does a great run. The ball's here. He's holding the defender off. The ball's bouncing.
just hook it first time. Keeper's no chance.
Yeah,
he
he's not
doesn't.
set.
He's wrestling him, trying to let it run to here so he can steer it in instead of just hooking it across.
Yeah.
And Dewsbury Hall does it with the left foot. It bounces and he just goes bang. And before the keeper knows it, and it all minutes it hits the underside of the bar. It's a worldie anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's 3-1 and I was just like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have to go and have like a cold shower. But it was just a brilliant goal.
It was
great. It was great.
And it's one of those from the away end, because it's down the side at Molineux.
Yeah, like the way along.
We were at the other end where we were.
Oh, okay.
And you see the niceness of the move and the ball by Grealish, and you can see that Dewsbury Hall's running onto it, and you think, and you know he's had a shot, but you don't know it's in the goal till you see the net ripple a little bit.
You stare at that.
And the celebration
end,
peeling away, sort of thing. And you think, yes, how many can we score? And it literally was. How many times have we been able to do that? I believe it. Not, I'd like us to get a fourth, but I expect one. You know?
That was the 55th minute.
Yeah.
3-1 up, and it was like, you just looked and were like, wow.
Yeah.
And we should have in those 20 minutes before they scored. We should have. Yeah.
But I mean, that kind of goal shows you that the talent that is in the squad.
These are just the things we've been starved of, aren't they? And like I say, it's gone over all ground. But you know, we look at the transformation of what we've watched, and then to watch football like that, and they say players aren't scared to shoot because
that's key.
Yeah, I'm not fussed about a player missing. I hate a player not taking a shot on when it's on.
Oh, it does my head in.
And we've now got some players in there that are willing to hit the ball.
But before the game kicked off yesterday, we were the fourth lowest shots on target from the opening season.
Yeah,
we had 4. That was it. Which is to me is criminal.
Yeah.
Everton should be having 20 shots a game. If it's on, have a go.
Yeah.
Smash, take a huge deflection, fly in, keeper might parry you, get shots away, and he's just shown. Ball bouncing, boom, and before
James
you know
Garner
it,
done it for the Brighton game.
Garner done it, didn't he? But it's in,
a shot,
isn't it? It's in. Before you know it, the keeper's like, "What the fuck's happened there?" It's in the net,
and there's a good chance if it doesn't go in, you get in the corner or something.
Anything you're putting the pressure on, and John's right at that stage. I'm thinking, this could be 4 or 5. This is one of those.
Party brain, haven't you? You've got, you have, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got that other part going, but this part invading this one, and you're going, oh, this doesn't feel right. What's going on? I don't know what to do.
And if they get one, never occurred to me until they did.
No,
so that's changing our mindset as well.
I'm always in that.
Well, maybe I've just
speak it. Well, I
evolved a little bit more.
When I'm at the game, I'm more like that.
Yeah.
I can never, when you're there, because you feel like.
But you do see more on the telly as well.
But when you
get a
watch
feel
it on the telly, it's more just because you're away from it. I feel detached from it, so I'm a bit more apprehensive. I think when you're involved.
I just think I've always, because it's happened so many times.
I'm just Everton.
Just burnt to it. I just think it will happen, and I think and it did. So I'm almost like whatever part of the brain it is almost like I told you it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. So why are you surprised? You know what I mean? But I want to be the other side, and we don't, and I go. No, we did win 4-1. What am I on about?
What I haven't evolved though is the feeling when they got one, which was oh fuck, not again.
But this is the thing, because we broke a few times at 3-1. Give it to Njai and he faced the fella up in the box. I'm thinking this is
go on.
Step over, bump 4-1 and we're wheeling away again, and he'd stop it and like turn back or lose it, and you're like, play the right ball, and you see them getting a little bit frustrated of like just kill the game.
Evolving bit by bit though.
Even the manager said at the end we should have scored more. No, not good enough.
I don't know whether it was on one of your reaction or Ped's one. Said that for like, you know, we resorted into the going back to Pickford for a bit, and it wasn't
bad. I don't think that must have been bad.
Yeah, and it was like, and I think he was spot on because we just sort of reverted back to type. In terms of turning around, and because prior to that, I thought for me James Garner was man of the match, despite the great stuff the attacking players did. I thought he was absolutely immense. Some of the dirty work he'd done and covering and the ball, but he was, what I really enjoyed for 80 minutes was he got the ball and he firing it forward foot. But then when it went to 3-2, he reverted to the old, which he's going to take time because he's not new in, with the back, pass it back to Tarky, pass it back to Pickford, boom.
But that again that's what we're saying about get it killed.
Yeah.
3-1 gets a 4-1.
Yeah.
Because that's what the top teams do.
It's just changing that mentality bit by bit.
Them as well as us, isn't it?
Yeah.
But obviously we'd had them opportunities and they didn't come, and then you are, you know, the managers had to change players, but actually it didn't help us. It changed a bit of the game. I'm not having go with the manager because he was right. I actually thought he was going to take Dewsbury all off. He's on a booking, and I'm thinking, Michael Oliver, if he gets half a chance, he'll send the player off from us because he hates us. You know, he wasn't giving us anything until he had to give us it. But he took Idrissa off, and obviously took Beto off, and I think it took Barry a little bit of time to get into it. He wasn't doing the same as Beto, and obviously Irabunum come on, and
I think it just shows.
Alcaraz first.
Alcaraz
came on and went off to the left, didn't he? And Irabunum come on for Ghana, so he come on first, and we just lost a bit of what we were doing. And then they had a claim for a penalty, which I personally don't think it was a pen, but other people have said you thought it could have been.
I thought it was at the time.
I didn't think he went anywhere though, the lad. I don't think Ndiaye they hit each other, but I don't think Ndiaye done anything. I think he done the chop, and as he done the chop, he went into Ndiaye, but he jumped back up. So I think
Ndiaye, their play sort of stops and tricks in, and then Ndiaye carries on going and just clips him. Like I said, do I think that should be a penalty in football? No.
But you'd understand if it had been.
But I think they tend to be given with bloody.
What I don't get with footy right now is we're in a dangerous position, I think, with VAR. Because things now. Contact happens.
Contact sport,
contact happens. Not every little bit of contact's a foul.
Can't win a ball without touching it.
No, exactly. And if I'm going in with you, me and you might collide, but it doesn't mean it's a foul. It's like we're seeing a Fulham goal at Chelsea, which was the lad's doing a 360 pirouette. He's not even looking at the defender. He's trying to do a double drag, and the second foot doesn't gather, but it's just slipped. He's ready to go. The lad goes down, he carries on, they score, and it gets brought back. No, that's a foul. No, a foul's intentional. That's what they say. Now, if you jump in, don't get me wrong, there was one tonight with Matty Cash, which probably could have been a red card against Palace. He looked at it and he only got a yellow, and he didn't. But I've seen them red. Catches him high and he give a yellow, so you're going, well, hang on.
But we're in sorry, go on.
No, go on. I was just going to say
we're in game 3, and Howard Webb's apologising for an error because they've said about the Fulham one it shouldn't have been disallowed,
and they lose the game. And yet they'd have gone 1-0 up. They end up losing the game. So you know, Marco. I mean, the Fulham fans, as I said before, were just like, great game, that guy, it doesn't matter. But Marco's fuming, and rightly so.
But certain types of people go looking at the rules. I think it's Rule 12 or something that says any physical contact that impedes a player is a foul. That's what the rule says. Now, clearly, that's subjective about whether it is or it isn't.
Whether it impedes someone.
But then Howard Webb, hours later, after you see this on Twitter and stuff, says, it shouldn't have been disallowed. But isn't that him just expressing an opinion? It's subjective, and the VAR man though is the man giving the.
Well, we had it with Tarkowski, didn't we? We had it with Tarkowski at Leeds. I still look and go, like you. So the Leeds one, that didn't even.
Well, we've seen more obvious handballs since that have not been given. That
didn't incense me. I was just like,
you understood it.
Why is he moving towards the ball? But then when the rule and other people talk, and I've seen so many pros go, never a pen. Like, well, he's leaned and it's hit his arm. Doesn't make his body, so you know what I mean. So I'm
no, but that's my thing. It's like, well, what do you do? Drop your arm out?
Well, that's it. Well, I'm the same with Ndiaye, and Ndiaye's tracking back. The fella doesn't. She doesn't. If he puts his leg out, you go, it's a penalty, but he doesn't. He just stands, and the lad hits him and goes, and then looks and goes, that wasn't a pen, and jumps up himself. So all of it. That's what I'm saying. It's all a bit mad. But anyway,
it's totally mad if you just flip back a sec for Tarkowski, right? Who's an old hand, and the accusation. The accusation from your Nevilles of this world was, and Carragher, he knows exactly what he's doing. Damn right he knew exactly what he was doing, because as far as he understood it, he wasn't making his body shape bigger. Therefore, even if it hit him here, it was okay. Matter, and that was his reaction. He was, never, he'll get turned over this. And he didn't.
And it not just isn't, I don't know, it's another game, but he was trying to put his arm behind his back as well, but also it took a deflection, and he didn't even take that into account. Because he's going one way and the ball deflects as it's. But
The
anyway.
RS have had one today where an arm's gone up and, the ball away. Not to see here.
Karate as well,
Yeah,
with the other one
nothing
as well.
to see here. Move along.
The
that
last
one.
setting injury, last kick of the game.
Not to
penalty.
see here.
that,
Move
yeah.
along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his arm, and no, it's unintentional. No, what's it? Well,
Since when was that a
we
thing?
got 2 given against us in 6 days for unintentional.
Yeah.
But it didn't. Anyway, that's a different thing. But Wolves,
We just need to get into the top 6 regularly,
and then
we
we'll
get
be
all
all right.
that,
We'll get away with it. Yeah. Wolves did get the second goal, and then put us.
Who
under
says
pressure.
lightning doesn't strike twice? Yeah.
Yeah, again another bad goal, and again another one where we should have cut it out. It's too easy. They put a ball in the box, and I think it's covered. This, no problem. It's rolling across. Michael Keane can see it all.
Yeah,
Michaelenko's
unmarked.
marking, and Keane just watches it go past him. And Michaelenko does that thing that he does every now and again, which is, I'm marking someone, but he's not going to come in front of me and score. And he doesn't, and he's like, where did he come from?
That's the look.
But that was it, because this happened a year ago, this game.
Yeah.
Bournemouth at home, back post, Michaelenko's got one man to mark, and Semenyo just steps and goes, mate, I'm not marking me now, all right. Tapping. And then the next minute it's game on, isn't it?
And their
3-1
crowd's up again.
in total control, and then all of a sudden the crowd are up, because they've got to be. He brought on a fella who's 11'8" up front, Kalajdzic and all that. And I did think the lad he brought on, I'm not going to remember his name now. The other Bueno it might have been, or no, it mightn't have been him. He brought another lad on, and I thought he was really. Fairman Lopez, was it?
Yeah,
I thought he did really well when he came
Bueno
on.
was
Left
left
foot
back, wasn't he?
coming up and cutting, playing inverted. I thought he did really well, but we were under a bit of pressure then, but again we still had the opportunity on the breakaway. We broke away a few times, and
The mad thing is, we were under pressure, but
Lopez.
other than that one shot that they put wide,
they had one straight to Pickford, which he should have saved. It was one for the camera. It was right at him, easy, and they had the other one that they put wide. That was it, really, wasn't it? But the moment,
I thought, because, like I say, what we were saying earlier on, I think we sort of, attacking player wise, they managed it well. Like I say, Grealish in particular, for that period where he was like holding up the ball and stuff, and Dewsbury Hall was winning fouls and carrying the ball, and it was like
took the sting out of it again.
That next level of mentality and stuff. You can just see it. Like I say, they're not all got it yet, but it's just coming. And I honestly feel like 12 months ago that had been 3-1.
No, without just Wolves probably would have won it 4-3, wouldn't he?
So it's
There's plenty of time.
it didn't feel it didn't. It felt like it to us because we were Everton fans going, but to any neutrals, they probably would have just been like,
They just saw that out.
yeah, we just seen it out.
He had the moment, didn't he? And it was the moment that dropped to goal.
But it was funny because he said on his ratings, Ped was like, it was good, like when he was rating Pickford, like it was a good save. I thought that was horrendous. Palmed straight back. He does that all the time. Not all the time. It's done me head in. He was straight at him, just palming it out wide into the middle and got away with him. Absolutely got away
save
with
he
him.
should have made, wasn't it? Straight at him. He should have dealt with it. But they had the moment. We didn't react to the second ball, and it broke to Gomez, and he hit it, and it was heart in the mouth, wasn't it? Because he's seen it.
Yeah,
you've seen it in slow motion. It's dropping on his own, and you're thinking, this is it.
Was that at your end, was it?
No, the other end.
Was it?
You're just thinking,
You wait for the moment for it to
and he hits it, and luckily it goes wide. When you see it again, it's like,
yeah.
But at the time, you see it drop to him, and he's on his own. You're like, why is he on his own? Why is the lad on his own? 7-8 yards out. Why is there nobody picking him up?
Was it? Yeah.
Brain dead.
Yeah.
And he slashed across it, and it's gone wide. But that was it. Thankfully, there was nothing else, was there? That was still about 3 or 4 minutes to go, because he played over again. But we did. You're right. We did manage the game quite well after that. But there was that little bit of frustration of like, we shouldn't be in this position. Because Wolves, like, without being disrespectful to them yesterday, they weren't at it where the Everton were by far the better team all day, apart from a couple of pockets that they had, and that was it. And I expected a little bit more from them, but we put ourselves in a position where we might have dropped 2 points. That was a guaranteed win, the way we'd played, and we'd scored the goal. We've all seen them Everton games where we've done that and haven't scored the goal. But that was like one of them where we've done enough and we've put the ball in the net as well. And I guess, John, that's the next level, isn't it? Not if you concede one cheap goal, you don't concede the second cheap goal.
Totally don't make the same mistake twice. I said to you earlier on when we were chatting about, I was pleased that we didn't flake. We just carried on playing our game. We got in the lead again.
Yeah.
Then we get quite an early third. So that next level is not just consolidating, but the better teams, as you say, will get 4. Once they've got 4, they'll be going for 5. But again, like you just said, there are recent times when we could have lost that, never mind drew it, but we didn't, we won. So,
And that every time
that allows the manager to say, well done lads, and then bollock them.
every time you do that, you have another little building block, don't you?
Totally.
As a player, you go,
changes.
well, we got through that.
Yeah.
We've won that, and that was easy.
You'll manage the situation again.
And then you know.
And I think, again, they're just going back to where you just said with the manager comes out afterwards and just says exactly what you want to hear, doesn't he? It was great, but I'm not happy with them 2 goals. They're unlike us. I'll sort that out in training. And you're just like, you know, like you just feel like, I don't know, it's just...
He's like a fucking big comfort blanket.
Yeah.
He's everything you want him to be, and that's the thing. I think, does it, when you look at that, and obviously the changes that we had to make with the Drissa going off, and then there was, not against Tim Irabunum, because I think he's got some really good qualities, but he doesn't do the same job. So you're more likely to get a goal out of Irabunum or a run that creates something. But Garner's more likely to put out any fires, isn't he? Do you think that we're doing this and the transfer deadline is today and stuff, do you look and think that's probably where they need to look now, so that when we do make the Garner sub, when we have to, we've got a natural fit to come in and to do the same sort of thing. Or maybe it's whoever comes in starts, and Adrisha may be on the bench sometimes, and then he does the switch.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because again, we were talking earlier on, is that Garner Gay, everyone in your head immediately thinks defensive. Yet he's not the 6.
No,
he's the 8, but a pressing 8. It's difficult to sort of find them, and which is why we struggled to replace him the first time round. Which is why Paris Saint-Germain paid a lot of money for him, and which is why you still see teams, anytime those type of players come along, people want them. So it's difficult to find that. What I would suggest in terms of that scenario, if it's trying to manage out a game because you're doing it because you're in control of the game, is if we get a 6 and then you bring in a 6 who can come in and sit in front of the back 4, and James Garner can push a little bit higher, albeit he won't do what Garner Gay's exactly doing, but he's a little bit more conservative. He uses the ball well, whereas Irabunum's a little bit more erratic with the ball because he's a little bit more creative. That's the way that you can maybe manage it a bit. If we can find another Drissa Garner Gay, brilliant, but it's going to be difficult in whatever amount of hours we've got left. I'm just talking about
maybe more someone to put the fires out, as in, or maybe not even that, maybe someone to just sit in.
And that's what I think's more realistic.
Just sit in and go, right, I'll stay
sit in, and Garner can just be a little bit more.
And just have the 2, or we have everyone else. Because I think, if I'm Irabunum, I'm looking at what Adrisha does. I don't know whether you can match it, but sort of go, well,
can learn from it, though.
What's he doing? What's he doing? And he's in every
got attributes to do it, hasn't he? If he wants to.
You know, it's hard way. I mean, you were talking about James Garner there. There was one in the second half where we had it on the right hand side. We sort of gave it away, thinking, I gave it away, trying to do something, got no issue with it. We give the ball away and they broke, and he just went steaming after the lad and put a tackle in, just to kick it in. And he just he didn't sort of do the jog he's done in the past. He just put the burners on and put a great tackle in, and then he'd done another one about 5 minutes later to cut a through ball out down the line. He'd done the same, come sliding across and smashed it out. And it's those little bits that just put a fire out immediately and allow you to get your shape back in, and makes them think a little bit more, is that we haven't got an easy pass, or I'm not just going to skip away, someone's coming back at me. Because that's what you have to be.
It's all those marginal gains, like you said earlier on, in terms of like his performance levels improved because of competition. And if you think that if the players that are going to stay around the club are going to have that reaction, otherwise they'll be moved on. And suddenly you're looking at it and you're going, you know, in the summer would you have gone James, you know, Wissam, you'd be one that you think, we can, comfortably replace him. And now suddenly you're going, you'll be our best player this season so far. Across all the games.
He hasn't, but fair play.
But his body language was so easy to read, you hadn't even finished the sentence, and in his head he was going, no.
Yeah.
No, but he's done great.
He
He's done
has stepped
great.
up.
Left back, done great. But on Saturday, that was the
really good
performance we saw in Atlanta in the United game.
Yeah.
He sat in the 6.
Yeah.
Said it before, and he was up against Fernandes and Ugarte and people like, and he was great. Get it. I'm busy. I'll get in front of the back four. I'll cut passes out. I'll do all. That's what you want to see. That's stepping up. Look at someone like Dwight McNeil. So he's been a mainstay under Sean Dyche, can do whatever he wants, good, bad, indifferent, and he's in the team.
Yeah.
And you don't know what sort of his body language is like in training. It might be a great trainer, but he's in all the time. Now he's not in. He's not even getting on the pitch. So those players who may be looking at Dwight go,
that's me if I'm not
right,
careful.
I need to do this now, because he can't even get on the pitch, and he's like, last season he was effective and he got goals. Now he's not even getting on the pitch. I've got to step up. The ones who can step up will still be around.
Yeah.
I've championed them, but I've sort of been like, Chimiti's got loads of good attributes. Moyes is just like, Rangers for 8 to 10. Go ahead, see you, mate.
Yeah.
And we're all going, I wonder why he's doing that. Well, quite clearly in training, the lad's not done it.
Yeah.
I've talked about Patterson, give the lad a go. He's got all the attributes. He might do this, he might do that. Everton at one stage are ready to let him go. But like you said before, quite a few managers.
It's got to be, what is it, about 4 or 5 managers?
Lampard, Dyche, Moyes, 3.
Rafa.
And Rafa had him for about a day, and then he's got sacked.
But he
probably decided then. No, but he has. When you look at Patterson, again in America, he looked, the West Ham game, I think it was, he looked like he was up and down, then he got injured, and then you're like, there you go then. When he looks like the penny might have dropped, he goes and gets injured. So, and Moyes has obviously gone, no mate, not for me. So, you've got to get up to the level. If you step up, who's to say? You're right, James Garner early summer, you might have asked a lot of Everton fans, and he might have been like, hey, he's a decent squad player. Well, these are going off for 35 million or 30, would you take it? A lot probably would have gone, take
the club would have.
But the club might have. Well, you know what I mean? People might have gone, well, we'll take that because we'll get a different one in. Now you're going, well, he can play left back. He can play right back, and he's doing great in the midfield. Why would we sell him? He's 23, 24.
And even when you listen to Moyes speak, it looks like he's convinced Moyes a little bit more.
But this is the thing, though, isn't it?
Well, more than half the battle.
This is the thing, is that the challenge is there. So sink or swim now. And it's like that for all of it. It's great.
It's good.
Because we want Everton to be the very best they can be, whatever that looks like. What we really want is Everton to win the league and play in the Champions League, don't we? Because that means we've done well.
Yeah.
That's what we want. Every one of us wants that. We might articulate it differently. We might argue over semantics about this player or that player, but ultimately we all go to the match. We all watch the match. We do whatever. We talk about it. We all want Everton to be the very, very best they can be. We've got a manager that wants Everton to be the very best we can be. We've had a manager. Again, this isn't all down to Sean Dyche, because he was within the circumstances he was in. But he thought 17th was acceptable. And then the new manager
he was comfortable there, wasn't he?
That was his strong suit. No problem with that. That's like a fella who knows how to drive at 30 miles an hour, but his car goes at 100 and he doesn't want to go over 31.
Yeah.
He's good at 30, fine. But Moyes just come in and wants to drive at 80, with the same thing. And he's like, I will be up there. I don't manage teams near the bottom. And this club shouldn't be near that. And he's dragged people by the bootstraps. Yes, new owners have come in and they've got their demands, and other people have come in, players have had to step up. But us as fans, you said it before, and John said it, like, okay, what does this feel like again? Because we've all been beaten down, because we've just been kicked from pillar to post for years, haven't we? Points, deductions, remember thingy? The knobhead who wrote stories about us in the Mail every other week. And he got under his rock, he's disappeared, hasn't he? People like that, Matt Hughes.
Yeah.
Every week it was a different thing about, administer, whatever. So no wonder everyone's depressed, and we had to watch Neil fucking Mopai, but we have been dragged back up, and we are seeing this, and it does feel good. Yeah. And we should enjoy it. He's just won 3 games in 6 days. Everton haven't done that for some time. Back-to-back Premier League games, and we backed up the home win against Brighton with an away win. Yeah, it's incredible, and let's hope we can get the other players in. Let's have a look at Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. I thought he was magnificent. In fact, I give him man of the match. Let's have a look at his stats from the game. 1 goal, 1 assist, passing accuracy of 88%, created 3 chances in the game, and won 4 of his 7 ground duels. I mean, Mike, when he came in and Everton were getting him, what were your feelings on him? Me and James done, the areas, the positions in the pitch. Did he own the summer of who? And he was on our list. It was like, he's gettable. Yeah. He's a lovely footballer, good age, got the experience Moyes likes and all that, ticked the boxes. But I wasn't sure whether Everton and it went quiet, and it was like, knew that they'd had a look at him and liked him, but it went a bit quiet, and then all of a sudden, bang bang, he was here. I
was made up because seen him play for obviously for Leicester, and then he played all the European games for Chelsea, and I watched more of the European games than the Premier League ones, and he was instrumental for them. Like, I'm not exaggerating, not making it up. He was instrumental for them. He was one of their better players in that run, and when you just look at someone, you just go, yeah, this is what we need. And left foot, adding a bit of balance, but poise on the ball, weight rate, again can play in a number of midfield positions, good age, experience for the manager. He's got one, he can just drop straight in to the 11 and improves it.
World Club champion as well.
World Club champion as well. And to be honest, he's done probably better than I thought, quicker, if you know what I mean.
Very quickly.
That's exactly it. So, and he seems a good lad as well, doesn't he? Which is always.
No, he does. He seems good. Like,
if you watch the live earlier, we see the ones that we don't think.
Oh, he seems like a really good lad, and he seems like he's sort of got the club immediately, John. And
he has. He's happy.
Hard work, and he's happy. Yeah.
He's feeling the love, and I don't know. I'd like to think some of them believe, never mind even think, that they've arrived in the right place at the right time. Because
his interview,
we're building momentum of looking upwards, aren't we?
Well, his interview when he arrived said exactly, I'm here at the right time. I feel like this is the right place to be. And again, spoke to the manager, and they only wanted to come here, that kind of thing, which is key.
And again, to the manager's credit, you got, as you say, an experienced player who's played in one of the so-called big clubs, has won a World Club Championship, he's won,
the Conference League,
playing pretty every game, didn't he? And so he's like exactly what Moyes wants, 25 plus, Premier League, all that. And then there's a kid over here from Southampton saying pretty much the same thing. I come for the manager. So this is a player saying, I want to play for this manager, and I bet you he makes me better. And there's a kid at the beginning of his career saying, I know he's going to make me better. Well, and that's terrific.
I'm going to look at someone else now who also said
he
only wanted to come for the manager. And that is, of course, Jack Grealish.
And the Everton Donuts.
And the Donuts, But he doesn't pay. He gets 30% discount. Jack Grealish's numbers against Wolves yesterday: 2 assists, completed 5 out of 8 of his dribbles. He had a passing accuracy of 92%. 7
in the final
ball recoveries, and he won 13 of his 17 ground duels. No one won more ground duels than Jack Grealish yesterday. Quite simply, sensational. 4 assists in 2 games already makes Everton a better football team. They come in. I've said it quite a few times, and I'll keep saying it. We started covering this story in May. We covered it right the way through, and we had a lot of times where people were saying there's no chance on earth that's ever happened, there's no chance, and we were like, well, there is an interest. When we were in America, the manager told us basically there was a good chance he was coming, but he's come in and been sensational right from the start. That Brighton game, like Leeds, he came on and you could see he had a couple of nice touches, and you were a bit like, but the night was just depressing, wasn't it, to lose that game. But from Brighton, when you're seeing him up close playing, sensational. Mansfield, he was just playing in a bubble, and then that yesterday was just so impressive, and another one, hard working, seemed like a great lad. You knew it anyway, but
doesn't mind being in a headlock.
And a lot. No, he didn't. And Denise, something about that. And it actually happened to him though, didn't it? The other one. Probably there in the Arteta money. But I'd seen a thing of him, his Instagram post with what a win, what a club, and what a fan base. and he's been here about 3 weeks or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It is
So,
mad.
Mike, what have you made of him so far?
Super Jack, isn't he?
Yeah, he is Super Jack.
It's very fitting on a night that we're doing stuff for Super Kev.
Yeah.
Just absolutely, just a Rolls Royce of a player. And because obviously we're not really seen too much of him up close, if I'm being honest. In games, so I can't really remember watching him too much for Villa or whatnot, and a couple of times at City, but again within that structure of not being
Didn't
him.
see
and
this version of
no,
him.
that's what I'm saying, not being free. But it's the weight rate that surprised me, if I'm being honest. I did think he was your Hammersy type luxury player, but there's the weight rate added as well, and you're just like...
There was 2 on the run yesterday when we needed it, like you said before, late on the other side, before he went off, where he tracked back and won the tackle. Then he done another one to cut a pass out.
And 2 against Brighton as well, he come in and put slide tackles in as well.
And you're like...
And
you're doing that, and you've got everything else, then this fan base are going to love you, mate.
No, he's just... Look, just long may it continue, hopefully.
Needs a goal now, doesn't he?
Do you know what? You keep assisting people,
Deserves a goal.
It's fine.
I want a goal.
A goal would be nice as well.
Villa.
Villa, the winner against Villa, and then 2 at Anfield. Thank you, Jack. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's been... Has he exceeded... I mean, the manager said he's better than even he thought he was. Has he exceeded what you thought when we got him?
Yeah, I'm with Mike. I can't remember paying much attention to him when he played for Villa. And this is a different version to played for City. And up close, particularly live, i.e. not on the telly type of thing, you see all that stuff. You see the running off the ball, you see him getting frustrated when others aren't on the same wavelength, then going over when the ball's out of play and coaching people, and then just give him the ball wherever you like, with as many people as you like on top of him, and he'll either lay it off to somebody, create something, or win a foul. So he doesn't really lose the ball at all. It's probably why those stats are so high. You know, I mean, I would imagine the 7% when he's being fouled.
That is crazy. Those numbers.
Those is really
forward position.
I think he had 63 touches, I think, which was quite high. But for him to have the ball so much and have that, because that's our role.
Back stats, isn't it?
That's just me to you, to the full chunk
No,
of
it's
brothers.
not. It's real stuff.
But he's playing in an area where he is likely to lose the ball.
That's right.
Risky passes. Normally that's down to 50-60% because of where he plays.
Degree of difficulty stuff's quite high in those spaces.
Well, it's risk, isn't it? To get through, it's a risk.
Absolutely.
So you'll try a couple of them and you get cut out, and that's why it'll drop right the way down. But he's been incredible. He really, I'm absolutely delighted, because he's a fantastic footballer and you can't get too many of them. We certainly haven't had them to watch. And
he'll never be on the players you dislike team ever.
No, he would definitely won't be on that board.
No,
he will not,
because he ticks both boxes.
He does.
Quality of play and a nice fella.
And a good lad. Let's have a look at the overall stats from the game anyway. It was Wolves 2, Everton 3.
They don't tell the whole story, do they?
So Wolves 10 to Everton, both at 4 on target. The XG 1.11 to 1.93. And Wolves ended up with 59% possession.
Weird, Dan, innit? Because it just didn't feel like that.
But both their goals will have been high XG, wouldn't they? Because of where they were.
Middle of the goal, middle of the goal. But Everton still won the XG by some difference.
We won the XG.
The percentage shocked me, because it really didn't feel like
it. Didn't like that, no.
And in the first half, we were at, I think, 54% at one stage of the ball. But we like that, 41% is our sweet spot away from home. It's all right, that.
They probably had 10
that matters, isn't it?
They probably had 10 or 15 minutes in each half when we barely touched it. So
that's where the end probably we're up a little bit. But we won the game and we move on to the next thing. Now we've got a nice little break. It is deadline day, so hopefully they can grab another couple of
When was the last time we had an international break and we gutted?
I'm all right with it.
Recharge.
Keep going. I want to keep going.
No, but I think there's a chance to it's another couple of weeks for Branthwaite now, isn't it, before Villa. He might not be back then, probably won't be, but it's closer to his return. Michalenko can get fit. I know we go away with Ukraine only, so he'll do whatever. Asnu will be fit then as well, obviously a chance for that to settle down. And then a bit more to Grealish isn't going with England, so it's bad on one. And
England's lost.
Of course, he look like a dickhead, but fair play. But it gives him a few days off and then back to training and So we can do those little bits, and it'll give Moyes a chance, hopefully, to have another couple of
When we
players in.
come back and be excited to get the ground.
Exactly, and all that, and then we're back for Villa, aren't we? So it gives them a chance to look at what's gone on so far and where we can improve and do some work with maybe a few of the lads who are still left at home. But I know what you mean. When you're on a good rhythm, you want to, you can't wait for them.
I'm trying to get at it. It's nice to be excited. Like we normally get to these and just think, oh,
you
thank
can't
God.
wait.
You're just like, oh God, thank God. Just don't
have to worry about it for 2 weeks.
Whereas now it's like, I'm excited.
There was another game next week. You'd be
get me in that Hill Dickinson. I'm like that. I just want to get in there. Remember it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Just because you like the donuts.
I'm never paying £6.50 ever, by the way, ever in my life for a donut.
Never in a million years.
See what happened then while he was talking?
Never in a million years.
6 hours.
It has.
25% of the way through.
Yeah, there you
23rd minute of a game we're into now.
That's all right. Oh, John, we were happy with 25%.
I thought 6 hours sounded good.
You've absolutely ruined it there. There you go. There you go. Wolves 2, Everton 3. The Toffees have won. I'm going to do an ending because James is obviously going to clip this to go in our Wolves thing, of course. So, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. See you later.